So you've been off smoking for a couple of days, and you'll go up to someone who you know smokes, and you'll tell them that you've quit smoking, and they'll sometimes look at you with a certain amount of curiosity, and they'll say something like, "Oh, well, how long you been off?" And you'll say, "Oh, you've been off like 2 or 3 days," and they'll look at you with this big grin, and often say, "2 or 3 days? Oh man, you're never gonna make this. Here, have a cigarette." This is something that happens to a lot of people when they've quit smoking. They will get offers for cigarettes from somebody who, again, is still a smoker, has cigarettes with them, and they hear you say that you just quit smoking. Now, let's understand why they do this. You're doing something that they can't do. You've quit smoking, they're currently smoking. They're often embarrassed by this. There's two ways that this person could feel equal to you. One way is, well, that they can quit smoking. Another thing is they can get you to smoke. What do you think sounds easier to them at this particular point in time? It's going to be that you go back to smoking. Then you're at the same they are. They don't take what you're doing seriously. They often don't take the importance of what you're doing. I mean, hey, you're quitting smoking to save your health. You're quitting smoking to save your life. They're not taking that into account. All they're doing at this point in time is just thinking about, again, you doing something they can't do. They feel inferior. They want to be equal to you. It's important to understand that they're just not taking seriously what you're doing. And you know what? You may not be able to convince them of how important what you're doing for you is, but it's really insignificant whether you convince them or not. The only thing that's important for you to be able to sustain your quit is that you take your quit seriously. Whether you get them to understand it or not does not make a difference. For them, it might be important if when it comes time for them to quit, that they understand that quitting smoking is possible and that people are able to pull this off and that they need to put 100% commitment in to pull it off, that they've got to take their quit seriously. Yeah, that's important for them, but not for you, not for your quit. So don't worry whether you get offers like this from people. Don't let them throw you. Don't let them drag you into what they're stuck into. They are stuck smoking. They're feeding an addiction. They're destroying their health. They're risking their lives. They're spending a fortune on smoking. They are trapped in a life that you should know very well. You were trapped in that life for quite a while. And you got sick and tired enough of that life that you finally made a decision to quit. And yes, maybe at the time when you're making that statement that you've quit and they're offering you a cigarette, you want the cigarette. It's pretty new to you. But if you really understand the ramifications of taking the cigarette, what's going out the window at that point, what way of life you're going to get yourself trapped into and that you may not get out of it again. If you understand the full implication, you're not going to want the cigarette under those terms, and that's the terms you're going to come with. When you realize you don't want to be a smoker anymore and you want to keep this quit going, all you need to do to continue to be successful is to continue to stick to your personal commitment to never take another puff.